Hey, good morning again, boys. Today is January 24th, and just was seeing a couple of connections between the Matthew passage and the Psalm passage today, and just wanted to talk a little bit about that with you. So, Matthew 15 has Jesus up with the disciples and a bunch of others up around the Sea of Galilee, and they've been there with him for 3 days. It says great crowds came to him, bringing the lame, the blind, and the crippled, the mute, and many others and laid them at his feet, and he healed them. The people were amazed when they saw the mute speaking, the crippled made well, the lame walking, and the blind seeing, and they praised the God of Israel. Then there starts a private conversation between Jesus and his disciples. And it's interesting that Jesus asks them some questions, but he starts out with a statement. He says, I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me for 3 days and have nothing to eat. I do not want to send them away hungry, or they may collapse on the way. I think it's good that this passage starts with telling us that Jesus has compassion on these people, that he is interested in what's going on in their individual lives, that he feels for them. But now he's going to instruct his disciples, I think, by asking them a few questions. In fact, his disciples say, "Where can we get enough bread in this remote place to feed such a crowd?" And Jesus asked, "How many loaves do you have?" "7," they replied, "and a few small fish." So he starts by asking them questions. I think he's actually trying to gauge whether they have compassion for these people with this too, and then what they're going to do about that, right? Who are they going to rely on? And this is where Jesus is teaching them about the importance of faith here. How do we know that? Because at the end of the discussion, verse 7 of the next chapter, it says, They discussed this among themselves and said, Is it because we didn't bring any bread? Aware of their discussion, Jesus asked, You have little faith. Why are you talking among yourselves about having no bread? Do you still not understand? Don't you remember the 5 loaves for the 5,000 and how many basketfuls were gathered? So he's probing their faith by asking them questions, and I think he's also probing their compassion for people too. Are they going to be more worried about what's happening with them or about these crowds that are there? And are they going to be thinking about being embarrassed or wanting there to be a resolution to this hunger for these people? And then the Psalm 20, just I saw a little bit of a connection there. Really good prayer here. I think David praying for his sons, maybe just like you. For me, it says, May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart to make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory. And actually, the psalm is kind of a coronation psalm. It's one that the people would pray or sing when the king was being anointed, and they're asking for their king to be blessed um, by God so that they also might be well protected. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up the banners in the name of God. May the Lord grant all your requests. Hmm. I guess I wonder about that a little bit. Do we really want the Lord to grant all of our requests or our King's requests, knowing that not all of those requests are going to be good requests and godly requests? But look at how it ends. Now, this I know, the Lord gives victory to his anointed. He answers him from his heavenly sanctuary with the victorious power of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. I think that's important, maybe even a connection to what's going on before that with the disciples asking about this bread, where is it going to come from? How are these people going to be fed? And Jesus trying to show them that it comes from God, right? That's where their attention should be directed. That's where their hope should be placed. And that's where they should look to for answers. And so I see, I don't know, just a connection there with the people of Israel calling out to God to provide for their kingdom through their king and also maybe the disciples calling out to Jesus to provide when they can't do it on their own either, and Jesus waiting to see if their faith is truly in God for what's happening there. All right, just some thoughts for today. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.